Well, I've been looking forward to visiting with my wee little buddy, Adam Keefe, for quite a while. Now the head coach of the Belfast Giants, Belfast, Northern Ireland. And I can use that term we because that is fairly common, I think, in the UK, specifically in Belfast and probably in Scotland, I would guess as well. Adam, great to see you.
Hey Bob, good to see you. It's obviously been following you there and following Grand Rapids on social media. So good to talk to you. And you're right, everything over here is we.
And you've got a lot of wee little buddies. We'll talk about some of them here in just a bit. Literally wee little buddies. Some kids that you look after, kids that are dealing with some health issues and stuff. Bottom line is you've become a very popular figure in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Adam, 6 years as a player now, hope to enter a fourth season as the head coach of the Belfast Giants. But like here, things are on hold due to COVID.
Yeah, it's been a tough 7 or 8 months or whatever it's been since the season got shut down. It's been long, that's for sure. And the winter's about to get a lot longer for us, but I'm just doing my best to try and stay busy and try and keep my head in the game and keep up to date with what's happening in North America and what's happening in Europe across all the hockey leagues to make sure that I'm up to date and know what's going on.
Well, talking to you earlier, just you're on lockdown there now with a couple of weeks. Things, the resurgence, it's not good. Most people are like yourself, locked in.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm very fortunate here. I got some space here, and I got a decent sized garden that I can get out and do some things, and but nonetheless, obviously, just some crazy times going around right now, and be happy to see the end of it.
It was funny. I talked to Brian Helmer a couple of weeks ago, and even he's not been to the Giants Center in Hershey a whole lot just because they don't really allow them in there. But, he kind of was almost jealous of seeing me sitting here inside Van Andel Arena. Your first reaction, too, when I popped onto the screen here was, holy cow, you're inside a hockey rink. What's going on?
Exactly. I mean, that is the first thing I saw. I had actually watched just briefly one of your shows, a chat with Don McLean.
Yeah.
And I just seen that you were in the building, and I said, a little bit jealous. I can't. I'd love to be just hanging out in the arena right now. Whether or not I was running stairs, and it would be fun for now.
And let's talk about your days here. I mean, you a couple of different stints in Grand Rapids. In fact, your last playing days in North America were right here at the Van Andel Arena in 2010-11, because it was the following year you decided to go to Belfast. And explain that decision to us.
Yeah, I think it's a long road when you're in the ECHL and the American League and going up and down, and every day you feel like it could be your last one in the American League, so you're always on edge and always kind of stressed out on that. So throughout that summer, I was just to bring it back a little bit, though, I was in Toledo obviously and got called up and ended up sticking out with Grand Rapids for the rest of that season. It felt good to be back, and certainly one of my best moments as a Griffin was that first game back on the call-up, and I felt like my career was kind of slowing down and going the wrong way, and I actually declined the call-up, if I'm honest. I told Nick Catuzzi that I didn't want to go up and just fight 3 times and then be sent back down and miss my own team in Toledo's weekend games there. So, but he told me, as the captain, I want you to go up and provide a good example for the young players in Toledo. And my first game there, and I think it was my first shift, was a fight against Jimmy Bono.
Imagine that.
And I stepped on the ice, and Jimmy Bono gave me a nod, and he said, "I'll do it for you." And just after, it was a great fight, and it felt good to be back. But just to hear the crowd again, and to have the respect of the players right away, and that was one of my best memories of a Griffin, was that first shift and first game back as a Griffin, and I felt like I was back where I belong.
It's funny. I was looking at hockeyfights.com, and just the list of your scraps. Hans Benson, remember him in Peoria? You seemed like you fought him a number of times. Bono, I know you scrapped a number of times. 305 fights, Adam Keefe, from the time your junior career in Kitchener and in Sudbury through the East Coast League, the American League, and now the 6 years you played in Belfast. 305 fights, dude. Man, oh man, it's amazing when you think about that.
Yeah, it's. I think I'm feeling the effects of some of them. We're getting a little older now, but it was obviously I wasn't the most talented player, so I had to do something to
You did some pretty good things though statistically. Don't
yeah.
sell yourself short.
It was all fun, and I would do it all over again tomorrow if I could to have that experience again. Just to answer your last question, though, I completely skipped over it. I was supposed to sign back with Grand Rapids. I thought I was with Bobby Mack, and
Yeah.
when he had departed there, and it didn't work out with Detroit, and I got a message late in the summer from the coach of the Belfast Giants, and I thought, it's time to go see the world and have some fun. And here I am, 9 years later, married an Irish girl, and I'm a full-time Belfast guy. So it's crazy where the sport will take you.
Yeah, and like we say, 6 years, 6 full seasons playing there. I noticed the first couple years you had a lot of penalty minutes. My guess is you were probably at that stage where most of the guys in the league were probably afraid of you. That and coupled with the fact that maybe you just had so many scraps, we're getting a little older, time to scale that back a little bit, and eventually becoming the head coach there. It's a great story, Adam, and like you say, you met a girl there now, so life is good in Belfast for you.
Yeah, it's. I wasn't sure what to expect when leaving North America. Obviously, I was very fortunate to play in Manitoba, Grand Rapids, San Antonio, and Toledo, all great spots to play over there. Even my junior career in Kitchener, just professional organizations, and to leave North America and come over here, I had no idea what I was coming into, other than speaking to a few friends that had played here and they enjoyed it. That was good enough for me. And when I got here, I was pleasantly surprised with how great the city was. The arena's awesome. It's a state of the art facility, and they treat us like pros here. So it was great, and the league has continued to grow year on year into a great league. So I'm very happy where I am and fortunate to be here.
Well, and the coaching thing, at what point did you decide that was, I mean, obviously your brother Sheldon has done extremely well, now the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and moving up the ranks very quickly. Same thing we might see with Adam. What do you think?
I don't know. He's always one up me. So he played in the NHL as a player. Now he's in the NHL as a coach. It's been tough to kind of chase him down, but I'm very happy for him. He was worked very hard from that. Cutting his career short at 25 through an injury, and then earning his way back to the NHL. It's extra special and a great example for me to try to follow in his footsteps. But for myself, I think I kind of fell into the coaching role here, I think as a result of me slowing down, and they wanted me off the ice, forced me behind the bench. But the last 3 years has been great. Certainly hasn't been easy, and hasn't been for lack of stress, but it's been a lot of fun chasing trophies and trying to win, and trying to figure out the ins and outs of this job. And I think that I'm going to continue to learn every year, because I'll certainly never say that I know it all. That's for sure.
Probably a sensitive topic, just the whole idea of, would you want to come back over here to coach, or are you so comfortable over there and enjoying yourself so much that you want to stay in the 10-team EIHL, the Elite Ice Hockey League, which is in the UK. You're, of course, the only team in Northern Ireland, and Ireland as a whole. You've got 3 teams in Scotland, and then 5, I believe, in England, and 1 in Wales. Correct? So 10 teams total. It looks like a lot of fun, and in talking with you earlier, apparently it is.
I know it's a great league. It's a lot of fun, and you know what? It makes recruiting easy for me. I don't have to lie to the players. I know that when they come here, that it's going to be one of the best years of their pro career, and it's not a lie. So they'll all tell me the same once they leave at the end of that season, how much fun it was here in Belfast, and just the league in general is a lot of fun. And there's one thing about chasing your dreams and trying to get to the NHL over there, and obviously few are lucky to do so, but to come over in Europe and experience the world a little bit and see all the castles and the history that has gone on over here, and realize I felt like as a Canadian growing up, I was a little bit ignorant to the rest of the world and didn't realize exactly how much history was over here and what was going on over here and how well they live over here as well. So it was a pleasant surprise when I got over here, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
Have you been to Harland, and what's the shipyard where the Titanic was built?
Harlan and Wolf. I lived there
Yes,
for
Harland Wolf.
I lived there for 3 years. So basically, all the players live in the Titanic quarter, and that's basically right outside of the H&W cranes, and it's right beside the Titanic Museum, and which is right down from the Titanic docks, which is where the Titanic was built and set sail. So there's obviously a lot of history here, and like I said, it makes recruitment very easy for me, and I never disappoint from that standpoint. They may not like me as a coach, but they'll like me.
Well, Ireland is, separated, obviously, Northern Ireland, and then, you've got, I think what they refer to as the Republic of Ireland, if I'm not mistaken, the Irish Sea separating you from the UK. Any chances of more teams? Like Dublin, needless to say, would be a heck of a rivalry if you could ever get a team. But you were telling me earlier, not a lot of hockey rinks in Ireland, huh?
Yeah, that's the main problem. I mean, I think as a ice hockey league over here, to have Dublin join would be awesome, especially for us here in Belfast, and what a rivalry it would be. Just to head down south and play them, and obviously the history over here would be a great entertainment for both sides, and for the rest of the league as well to visit Dublin. Everybody loves a good visit to Dublin, so the Guinness is good there. So yeah, it just unfortunately they don't have an arena there, so I don't think it's possible until there's an arena built. But there are talks of other teams in the UK that want to join the league, like a London team and stuff like that. So we're hopeful to grow the league. Obviously, COVID will put a little dent in, or at least a pause on some of those plans. But the 10-team league has been doing just fine here the last 4 or 5 years, whatever it's been since it dropped to 10.
Adam, you've carved out a heck of a reputation there, as we pointed out in your 9 years in Belfast, and there's some pretty famous people from there, namely Rory McIlroy, Liam Neeson, I believe, is from Belfast. I guess I ask you, put you on the spot, where do you stand in popularity among those two and some of the others that come that hail from there? You're not from there, but in those 9 years, I think you've made an impression.
I'll just say that there's not too many times our names were mentioned in the same sentence, so thank you for that. But
yeah, but if those guys had any pumpkins carved out with their initials in them, I mean, I just saw a pumpkin at Halloween with AK and the Belfast Giants colors decked out on a porch the other day.
Yeah, it was a great pumpkin. That was from Nicole Hollywood here, a great fan here of the team, and a friend of mine. So it was nice surprise during lockdown to get a ring of the doorbell and a nice pumpkin like that in front of the house to match all the other pumpkins. So very fortunate, and yeah, we have a great fan base here. And like I said, it was a real pleasant surprise coming from North America to Northern Ireland, to not knowing what to expect, to then see how much of a following the Belfast Giants have over here. And the other teams in the league as well. I mean, so it's a great spectator league, and it's well supported, and they're really passionate as well. And then obviously here in Belfast, we really take pride in giving back to the community and being part of that community. And obviously with the troubles in the past year, part of the ethos here in Belfast is in the land of the Giants, everybody is equal, and we try to bring both sides of the community here together, and so they can come to the ice arena and support a sporting team, with no sectarianism, and just enjoy the sport.
Yeah, and boy, I see all the time. I mentioned at the outset your connection to that community, and specifically with a lot of kids. And the one that comes to mind right away, Blake Wheels. I'm not even sure what his actual name is, but we've kind of adopted him here. Hey, for fans that are watching this, if you want to look him up on Twitter and lend some support, send him a hockey shirt or a hat or something. I guarantee he'd love it. He spent so much of his life in a hospital, and it just seems like an amazing family and a terrific young man. I know you've taken him under your wing, Adam. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they really are a terrific family. You know what? I met Blake and his mother. Their last name's McCaughey. I'm not sure if you could pronounce that, but I've learned to pronounce some names over here. You know, some of the third or the four names are pretty difficult. But Blake and his mother came up to myself and a few other players at a restaurant and just asked for a picture. Obviously, to see what Blake was going through, and you know, we just reached out to him and wanted him to be a part of our season the following year because it was at the end of the year. And so I didn't forget about him the following year, and we brought him in and introduced him to the team. And he just, you know, his personality was great for, yeah, he's a real inspiration for what he's going through and how he approaches life, and really puts things into perspective for the rest of us. And you know, he's just ever since then he's really been a part of the team. He stands or he sits behind the glass where right behind me when I'm coaching. So you know, I pretty much see him on a weekly basis. You know, and it's always good, you know, when times are tough on the bench or in a season. It's always nice to see Blakey or Nicole right there behind the bench, and all the rest of the kids that support us as well.
You mentioned the understanding of the language and pronouncing names. The fact that you're in Scotland a lot, obviously 3 teams in the league. You're there a lot during the season. Which language is more difficult to comprehend and understand? Or accent, I guess I should say, the Scottish or the Irish?
Yeah, well, I actually played with 3 Scots here in Belfast, so I'd have to say the Scots. Um, they're definitely tough. Certain areas of Scotland, for sure, would be tougher to understand. But if I had to say anywhere in Belfast here, we have a local kid here, Andrew Dixon. He's from Ballymoney, which is the same place as Liam Neeson. And it took me a few years just to understand what he was saying. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I hope to get over there at some point. If I don't get over there to visit, hopefully we get you back here in the coaching ranks here in North America. It seems like you're moving up the ladder quick, Adam, and you're a good man. Obviously, some good bloodlines. You and your brother, very good hockey minds, and it seems like I say, you're carving a niche for yourself there in Belfast. I would love to get over there though to check out that culture and maybe knock back a Guinness or two with you.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone is fortunate enough to visit Belfast, and you know, if it's lucky enough to be in hockey season and check out a Giants game, I can certainly say you won't be disappointed, especially you know, the great hockey fans of Grand Rapids. And just wanted to say that you know, I enjoyed every minute of my time in Grand Rapids and playing at the Van Andel, and I was very fortunate and honored to do so. And obviously, to know a guy like you, Bob, obviously you've been there and been a big part of that organization, and the big man Dog. I still speak to Dog every time I need a reference about a player that played in Grand Rapids. It's funny that now I'm in recruiting. I'm always coming across players that are playing in Grand Rapids or Toledo or Manitoba, and one of the first guys I reach out to when they play in Grand Rapids is Dog. And if Dog says you're a bad guy, you ain't coming to Belfast. So anything that Dog says, I trust.
Yeah, he's a good reference for sure. And again, we wish you all the best, Adam. You know, we'll leave with a photo I'm going to put up of you and one guy you didn't scrap, but it was pretty close. You tried to, Dustin Bufflin. A great photo of you and Bufflin. I think you're chirping at him in the photo. He wanted no part of you though.
Let's just
we'll leave it at that.
I think I'm very lucky. I think I'm very lucky he didn't oblige that night.
Adam, thanks a ton. Great to see you. All the best. Hopefully we get a hockey season over there and here.
Absolutely. Say hello to anybody that I would have been in touch with over there.
Absolutely. Adam, thanks a bunch.
Take care.